Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're diving deep into something I know a lot of you have been asking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, optimizing your WooCommerce store for sales conversions. We're talking fine-tuning a well-oiled machine, but instead of gears and sprockets, we're talking about
Sales funnel.
sales funnels and plugins.
Exactly.
And to help us out today, we're taking a look at a blog post from Now Technology Systems,
Okay.
an Australian web development company with some great advice for businesses
Especially in Australia.
down under. Now, what I found really interesting about this blog post was it went beyond just, recommending tools and really emphasized understanding,
The customer journey.
yes, the customer journey, strategically guiding them towards a purchase.
Almost like a well-designed retail space.
I like that analogy, a digital storefront,
Yeah.
designed to nudge shoppers in the right direction.
Hmm.
But before we even get to the specifics of these plugins, maybe you could just give us a quick breakdown of this whole sales funnel concept. What does it actually mean, and why is it so crucial for online businesses, especially in a competitive market like Australia?
So picture a funnel, wide at the top,
Okay,
gradually narrowing to a point at the bottom.
I gotcha.
Now picture your potential customers entering that funnel at the top.
Okay.
At this stage, they're just becoming aware of your brand
Mm-hmm.
or your products, maybe through social media.
Ads.
Ads,
Yes.
word of mouth.
Yep.
Then as they move down, they become more engaged.
Okay.
Visiting your website, browsing products.
Adding things to their cart.
Exactly.
And also
The
maybe
goal is to guide them all the way down to the bottom of the funnel.
where they make a purchase.
You got it.
So it's not just about hoping people stumble on the buy button.
Nope.
It's about strategically leading them there.
Yeah. It's about creating that smooth, intuitive journey that anticipates their needs,
Okay.
addresses their concerns, and makes the buying experience seamless.
That makes sense. Now, I'm even more curious about these plugins. I know the post highlights 5 in particular. What are they and what makes them each stand out?
Well, each of the plugins brings something different to the table.
Okay.
It really depends on your specific needs and goals.
I was going to say.
If you're just starting out with sales funnels and you're prioritizing user-friendliness,
Yes.
Cart flows is a good place to start.
I was actually just going to ask about that one.
Really?
I've heard good things about cart flows.
Mm-hmm.
What makes it so user-friendly, though, especially for someone who might be new to this whole funnel thing?
One of the things is the visual builder.
Okay.
You literally drag and drop elements to create your funnel steps.
Awesome.
You don't need to code anything to get started.
So simple.
Plus, it's designed to seamlessly integrate with WooCommerce.
Mm-hmm.
Makes the setup super smooth.
Sounds pretty intuitive. What about Funnel Kit? That's another one from the blog post.
Funnel Kit is more of a powerhouse.
Okay.
It's great because of the pre-built templates for common e-commerce scenarios. So let's say you want to launch a product launch funnel
Uh-huh.
or a limited time discount offer.
Oh, I see.
You simply choose a template and customize it to your brand.
Oh, so that's super easy.
And it saves you so much time.
It's like having a pre-made blueprint
Exactly.
rather than starting from scratch.
Plus, it has some really robust automation features
Okay.
that can streamline your marketing efforts. You can set up automated email sequences,
Nice.
segment your audience based on their behavior, and track detailed analytics.
Speaking of analytics,
Yeah,
for someone who's not obsessed with data,
sure.
how can those analytics be helpful?
It's all about getting insights into your customers' behavior.
Okay.
You can see which parts of your funnel are working well,
Mm-hmm.
where people are dropping off, and use that data to make adjustments and optimize your conversions.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're not a data whiz, you can still get valuable knowledge.
Yeah,
Make informed decisions.
exactly.
Now, I remember seeing something about Opt-in Monster in that blog post.
Yes.
Something about pop-ups.
Opt-in Monster is all about turning those casual website visitors into subscribers.
Oh, cool.
And they use a variety of tools to do this, including targeted pop-ups. And don't
What did I
worry,
say?
we're not talking about those annoying, intrusive pop-ups
Yeah.
that
It-
make people want to slam their laptop shut.
Right.
Opt-in Monster lets you create appealing strategic pop-ups
Okay.
that are triggered based on user behavior.
Oh, that sounds a lot better
Right.
than just randomly bombarding visitors with a sign-up form.
Much better.
Now, how does this retargeting thing work?
Mm.
Is that another Opt-in Monster feature?
It is.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the more advanced techniques,
Mhm.
but it can be a real game changer.
How so?
Essentially, retargeting lets you show ads to people who have already visited your website,
Okay.
even after they've left.
Gotcha.
Let's say someone is browsing a specific product,
Uh-huh.
but they don't add it to their cart. You can use retargeting to show them ads for that same product on other websites,
Oh, wow.
gently nudging them back to your store.
That's clever.
Right.
It's like a persistent salesperson who keeps the product top of mind without being too pushy.
Yeah.
Now, what about the other two plugins that are mentioned?
Yeah.
Retainful and one-click upsell funnel.
Those both focus on maximizing revenue,
Okay.
but in slightly different ways. Retainful is all about the post-purchase experience.
Okay.
It helps you recover those abandoned carts
Oh, right.
with automated email reminders and encourages repeat business through referral marketing
Oh,
and loyalty programs.
I see. So it's not just about getting that initial sale. It's about building those long-term relationships.
Exactly.
Okay. And then,
One-click upsell funnel does just what it sounds like.
okay.
It makes it super easy for customers to add additional products to their order
Okay.
with a single click,
Got it.
boosting your average order value.
That's a great strategy. I know I've been tempted by those add this to your order things.
Yeah.
So we've got this lineup of all-star plugins, each with their own strengths and specialties. But I bet our listener is wondering, how do I choose the right one?
That is the question.
For my specific needs, where do we even begin?
That's a fantastic question, and that's what we'll tackle next.
Okay.
Choosing the right plugin isn't about picking the one with the most bells and whistles. It's about taking a step back and assessing your unique challenges and goals.
It's like choosing the right tool for the job.
Yes.
You wouldn't use a hammer to tighten a screw.
Exactly.
So we'll delve into those key considerations for choosing the right plugin specifically for Australian businesses in the next part of our deep dive.
Awesome. Stay tuned.
Can't wait.
Welcome back. So we've explored this whole idea of a sales funnel, strategically guiding customers towards that purchase. We've got this lineup of awesome Woocommerce plugins,
All right.
each with its own, superpowers.
But I have to admit, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed.
Understandable.
How does someone actually choose the right plugin for their business, especially in Australia with all the specific regulations?
Yeah, it can definitely feel overwhelming.
Yeah.
But choosing the right plugin doesn't have to be a daunting task.
Okay, good.
It's all about breaking it down into those manageable steps.
Okay, I like the sound of manageable steps.
Yeah.
Where do we start?
Well, the first and most crucial step is to identify your specific business needs.
Okay.
Now, Technology Systems blog post really emphasizes this.
Yeah.
It's not about jumping on the latest plugin bandwagon.
Right.
It's about taking a hard look at your current sales process and figuring out where the bottlenecks are.
So before we even think about plugins, we need to understand our own business challenges.
Exactly.
Are we struggling to attract new visitors to the website? Are people adding items to their cart? Is it abandoned carts? What is it?
It's like going to the doctor. You wouldn't expect them to prescribe medication without first diagnosing what's ailing you.
That's a good point.
The same applies here.
Makes sense.
Once you've identified that specific area you want to improve, you can start looking for plugins that specialize in that.
Okay, so let's say our listener has pinpointed their biggest pain point.
Okay.
Abandoned carts.
Yeah.
What kind of plugin would you recommend for that?
We talked about Retainful earlier, and that could be a game changer here.
Yeah.
Its abandoned cart recovery feature is specifically designed to re-engage those customers who added items to their cart
Yeah.
but didn't complete the purchase.
I remember that. It sends those automated email reminders.
Exactly.
But what makes those so effective? Is it just about sending like a simple, hey, you forgot something message?
It's a lot more sophisticated than that.
Oh, okay.
Retainful allows you to personalize those emails.
Okay.
So you can address the customer by name,
Oh, nice.
remind them of the items they left behind, and even offer a little incentive,
Ooh, incentives.
like free shipping or a small discount.
That's smart. It's like a friendly nudge,
Yeah.
not a pushy sales tactic.
Exactly.
What if our listener is struggling with something different?
Okay.
Like converting visitors into subscribers.
Opt-in Monster would be my top recommendation there.
Right, with the targeted pop-ups.
Exactly.
I have to admit, I'm usually not a fan of pop-ups.
I get it.
They can be so intrusive.
Yeah, they can.
But I'm starting to see how they can be used strategically, especially with Optimonster's targeting options.
Right. You can make sure the right message is shown to the right person
Yeah.
at the right time.
You can target pop-ups based on, like, what pages they visited,
Yeah.
how long they've been on your site.
Exactly.
You can even design them to be more visually appealing, not so intrusive.
Right. You want them to complement your website, not detract from it.
Absolutely. So we've identified our business needs.
Yeah.
We've narrowed down our plugin choices
Right.
based on those needs. What other factors should our listener consider?
User-friendliness is a big one.
Okay.
You don't want to be spending hours wrestling with a complicated plugin,
Oh, no.
especially if you're not a tech whiz.
Yeah. No one wants that.
Look for plugins that have seamless integration with WooCommerce,
Okay.
intuitive dashboards, clear documentation.
I'm all about user-friendliness. Nobody wants to waste time figuring out how to use a plugin.
Yeah, it should be easy to set up,
Yep.
easy to manage, and easy to customize.
Exactly.
Another important consideration is ongoing support and updates.
Oh, that's a good point.
You want to make sure the plugin you choose is actively maintained by the developers with regular updates
Right.
to ensure compatibility with the latest versions of WordPress and WooCommerce.
Right, because a plugin that's out of date, it's just not going to work.
Yeah, it's like a recipe with missing ingredients.
Exactly.
Got to turn out right.
And outdated plugins can pose security risks too, right?
Absolutely.
Which is definitely something you want to avoid. Yes.
Now, for our Australian listeners, there's an additional layer of complexity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
Compliance with Australian standards.
Ah, right.
This is where things can get a little tricky, especially for businesses that are new to the online world.
Yeah.
What specific regulations do Australian businesses need to be aware of when choosing and implementing these plugins?
Well, there are a few key areas to keep in mind.
Okay.
First and foremost, data privacy.
Yeah.
Australian law has strict regulations regarding the collection, storage, and use of personal information.
Right.
So you need to make sure the plugin adheres to those. This often means having a clear privacy policy, obtaining consent before collecting any data,
Okay.
and providing users with the option to opt out of data collection.
That makes sense. Data privacy is such a hot topic these days.
Yeah.
It's essential for businesses to be transparent and respectful of their customers' data.
Absolutely.
What other regulations come into play?
Another key area is spam laws.
Australia has strict laws against sending unsolicited commercial electronic messages.
Right.
So you need to make sure your plugin complies with those as well.
Got it. So it's not just about picking a plugin that has all the bells and whistles.
Yep.
It's about choosing one that helps you stay on the right side of the law.
Exactly.
That's where working with a knowledgeable web development company like Now Technology Systems can be so valuable.
Oh, for sure.
They can guide you through the process of choosing and implementing plugins that not only enhance your sales funnel, but ensure you're operating within the legal framework here in Australia.
They can help you navigate those complexities. Make sure your choices align with all the legal requirements.
Yeah, and all the best practices.
Exactly.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
Identifying business needs, choosing plugins based on those needs, prioritizing user-friendliness, ongoing support and updates, and of course, complying with those Australian standards. I think it's time to shift gears a bit and talk about the psychology behind sales funnels.
Interesting.
We've mentioned the importance of guiding customers through a journey,
Right.
but what does that actually look like in practice?
Imagine you're walking into a well-designed retail store.
Okay.
The lighting, the layout, the product placement, it's all strategically designed to draw you in, guide you through the space, and ultimately encourage you to make a purchase.
It's like you walk in with a vague idea of what you want.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're surrounded by all these beautiful displays and enticing aromas, maybe even some friendly staff who are ready to help.
It's all about creating an experience, both in a physical store and online.
Right.
A well-designed sales funnel does the same thing digitally.
Yeah.
It all starts by attracting visitors with compelling content
Okay.
and offers that just capture their attention.
Think like eye-catching headlines, maybe a video showcasing the products.
Exactly.
A limited time discount to create that sense of urgency.
Yeah, you want to make a good first impression and really entice visitors to want to explore further.
Then as they move deeper into the funnel, you give them more information.
Yeah.
Address their concerns.
Things like showcasing customer testimonials,
Okay.
offering detailed product descriptions, highlighting a generous return policy.
So it's all about building that trust.
Yes.
And giving them that confidence to click buy.
Exactly.
I've noticed that some online stores just bombard you with information.
Oh, yeah.
And sales pitches.
It can be too much.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming and a bit off-putting.
For sure.
How do you find that balance between providing enough information,
Right.
but not overwhelming the customer?
It's a delicate dance.
Yeah.
And it takes a deep understanding of your target audience and their needs.
Okay.
One effective strategy is to break the information down into bite-sized chunks.
Okay.
Use clear headings, bullet bullet points
Mm-hmm.
and visuals to make it easy to digest.
I like that.
Another key is to focus on the benefits,
Okay.
not just the features.
So instead of just listing out like the technical specifications,
Right.
you highlight how that product will solve their problem
Exactly.
or enhance their life in some way.
Yeah, you're painting a picture for the customer,
Mm-hmm.
showing them how your product fits into their life and helps them achieve their goals.
Okay, so like instead of saying this camera has a 20 megapixel sensor,
Right.
you might say capture stunning high-resolution photos of your adventures with this incredible camera.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then finally,
Okay.
you guide them towards a clear and easy path to purchase.
So that could be a streamlined checkout process,
Yeah.
offering multiple payment options,
Uh-huh.
or maybe even a limited time offer to create that urgency.
Exactly. You want to remove any friction points
Right.
and make the purchase process as smooth and enjoyable as possible.
Now, beyond just the technical aspects of a sales funnel,
Yeah.
there's another element that I think can really elevate that customer experience:
What's that?
storytelling.
Ah,
We've talked about the importance of storytelling before.
mm-hmm.
I'm curious how it can be woven into the sales funnel to
Right.
create a more engaging and memorable experience.
Remember that retail store analogy?
Yeah.
Imagine if that store had a story behind it, a
Okay.
history, a personality.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly it becomes more than just a place to buy things.
Yeah.
It's a destination.
Right.
It's an experience.
I see what you're saying.
The same applies to your online store.
Okay.
By infusing storytelling into your sales funnel,
Mm.
you can transform it from a transactional process
Right.
into this captivating journey.
All right. I'm all ears. How do we actually do that? Where do we even begin?
It starts with understanding that every product, every brand has a story.
Okay.
It's just waiting to be told.
Mm-hmm.
It's about finding that unique angle that resonates with your target audience
Okay.
and weaving it into every stage of your funnel.
So let's say you're selling handmade jewelry here in Australia.
Okay.
Instead of simply listing the material and the dimensions, you could share the story of how your passion for jewelry making began,
Uh-huh.
the inspiration behind your designs,
Yeah.
the craftsmanship that goes into each piece.
Exactly. Suddenly, it's not just a necklace or a bracelet.
Yeah.
It's a piece of art, a symbol of individuality,
Oh, I like that.
a conversation starter.
That's good.
You can use storytelling to showcase your brand's personality and values,
Mm-hmm.
creating a much deeper connection with those customers.
So it's about going beyond the features and benefits
Yeah.
and tapping into the emotions, the
Yeah.
aspirations, the dreams of your customers.
You want to make them feel something,
Yeah.
not just think something.
And you can weave these stories throughout your entire sales funnel.
Exactly.
Use your website copy.
Yeah.
Paint a vivid picture of your brand's journey.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe sprinkle in some customer testimonials
Yeah.
that highlight the positive impact your product has had on their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Share behind-the-scenes glimpses of your production process.
Right.
Maybe even introduce the people behind the brand.
It's like inviting those customers into your world,
Yeah.
allowing them to experience your brand on a deeper, more personal level.
I love that.
And don't forget about visuals.
Oh, that's true.
High-quality photos and videos can bring your stories to life.
A beautiful photo or a compelling video can really grab my attention.
Absolutely.
Make me want to learn more.
Yeah.
So it's about creating a cohesive narrative across all those touch points,
Mm-hmm.
from the website, to social media, to your email marketing.
Exactly. Consistency is key.
Now, what about authenticity?
Mm.
In a world that's saturated with all these marketing messages, it can be easy to spot a fake story.
Yeah. Authenticity is paramount.
So how can businesses make sure their stories are genuine?
It starts with being true to yourself and your brand.
Okay.
Don't try to force a narrative that doesn't feel right
Mm-hmm.
or try to be something that you're not.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Share your genuine passion, your values, your unique perspective.
Yeah, let your personality shine through.
People connect with that realness, that vulnerability.
That human element behind the brand.
Exactly.
This has been so insightful. We've covered so much ground in this deep dive.
We have.
From choosing the right WooCommerce plugins to crafting those compelling narratives.
Mm-hmm.
But as we wrap up here, what's that one key takeaway you want our listener to remember?
Remember, optimizing your WooCommerce store for sales conversions is a journey.
Okay.
It's not a destination.
It's about constantly learning and experimenting
Exactly.
and adapting to that ever-changing landscape of e-commerce.
And never stop telling your story.
Never stop telling your story.
Because at the end of the day, people connect with stories, not just products.
Yeah.
By weaving those compelling narratives into your sales funnel,
Mm-hmm.
You can create deeper connections with your customers,
Right.
build that loyal following,
Mm-hmm.
and ultimately drive those sales.
Well, that is a perfect note to end on.
It is.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
And to our listeners, we hope you've gained some valuable insights to help boost your WooCommerce business.
Yeah,
Remember, the journey doesn't end here.
it doesn't.
Keep exploring, keep experimenting,
Mm-hmm.
and keep telling your story.
That's the most important part.